Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the top left side, or just top side, as the red Magyars, we have Wyk7777. On the south side, as the blue Berbers, we have Nossy. Let's go ahead and cover each other's civilization bonuses. Of course, the Magyars are a cavalry civilization. They'll just kill wolves in one strike, and makes them a bit more able to defend themselves. Foraging, cast iron, and blast iron upgrades are free, so he gets some more effective. It's really effective against scouts, but also handy for militia and pike and defensive spearmen. Scouts, like cavalry and hussars, cost 15% less. So a scout rush is very feasible because you don't have to worry about beginning any attack upgrades, making it a bit more effective. Unique tax, Corvinian army, which allows Magyars to cost no more gold. I think their base costs like 15 or 20 gold, not a whole lot. And the recurve bow gives the cavalry archers +1 attack and range. Archers, of course, gain no line of sight. For the Berbers, cavalry and naval civilization. Villagers move 10% faster. Stable units cost 50% less than castle, 20% less imperial, so it does not affect us as feudal age scouts. And ships move 10% faster, which is worthless in this game. Unique units, camel archers, which is a unique cavalry archer, so we may see cavalry archers versus camel archers. I'm not sure who actually wins between that fight. Enchanters, mounted skirmisher, is, well, a mounted skirmisher. Unique text, Kabosh, castles work 50% faster. Mega body camels units gain regenerate. So that should be both synergize quite well for the camel archers. And Genters available in archer range starting in the Castle Age. We'll likely see a feudal age scout rush by the Magyar player. That's generally what I'm expecting. Up north, there's a single scout right there. The scout immediately gets its +1 attack once he reaches feudal age. Or maybe not. I think he may need to get the blacksmith then. Yep, you can see here. Scout is down to 3 attack. He doesn't get his attack upgrade. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Magyar. You can see here the Magyar one gets +1. I was looking at the wrong scout. It is immediate. It's that I was just being an idiot. Like usual. This scout will likely go down very shortly, and does go down right there. Red scout will need to run on way. Looks like blue has gone for a defensive set of scouts here. Going for some extra stables right now wouldn't hurt, because it does get some benefits later on for cheaper knights and camels. These scouts are advancing forward, trying to get some good engagements. Scouts still trying to scout around, trying to perhaps find engagements somewhere. There is the defensive spearman right here, very nice, and actually Paris defensive spearman. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. He is going to start advancing now. There's 2 spearmen right there. That's not a good time to engage. And a 3rd spearman has pulled on out as well. You can perhaps keep that a little bit more defensive over here. Red scout is right here. Surprised enough, we don't see any stables. Oh, got a stable here for red now. And these scouts will go ahead and fall on back. Or nope, still just trying to poke around, trying to find any open areas. Got a number of defensive spearmen. So we've got 4 right now. And 3 red scouts are trying to engage. Now there's 3 red scouts, even though this guy's wounded. They do have a attack advantage, but now there's 5 blue scouts versus 3 red scouts with 1 of them half dead. Oh, we actually activate the bell right there. Usually don't hear people actually activate the bell. You may have the Q right there, so he has to right click to drop off rather than right click and garrison. So maybe a little bit different to say the least. As I keep on butchering all my words, I cannot think right now for some odd reason. 4 red scouts trying to push way forward. Blue does have potential high ground damage right there. A number of these scouts are quite wounded. Got more red scouts now. Got 6 red scouts here. It's going to be a messy engagement for both sides. Let's get a kill there. 1 red scout does go down. Another of them. Red's not getting any good engagement right there. Does need fall back right there. Overall, it's not looking good for Red. No, he can go push forward here. This, of course, was his defensive spearmen are in this region, which is very important. And Red's going for heavy and food for these scouts, because scouts, they will scale well with him. Spearman does advance forward, does get some good hits there. Does go inside the Gal Township once again. Does finish off that blue scout right there. Very nice little draw there. Though he does lose one of his own scouts in return. Bloodlines have been researched by blue. And now red's going to be maybe advancing forward. That bloodline's giving these scouts extra 20 health is very important indeed. Switch over to red. Let's see what he's actually deploying in defense. More scouts. And I got engagement right here. He's using that town bell very often. He must like using town bell. Very handy indeed. Let's see. He can't get bloodlines. He can't get husbandry, so he's not limited by those technologies or lack of technologies. Wheelbarrow being deployed out by red as well, which will take a bit of time. He does have the slight villager advantage as well, so he's doing a little bit better on that. And now here comes the spearman will charging forward, making some stabs there. Red does have a massive number of scouts here, 13 scouts versus blue's just 8. Of course, he does, of course, have bloodlines. Bloodlines now are being researched by red now. And soon, red may be in a great position to counterattack. No Castle Age for red. Blue is not going for Castle Age either. They're actually going for nothing right now, so maybe saving up some resources for Castle Age needs a little bit more gold. Red's deploying out more scouts. And I think red, well, blue just consumed a lot of his food, so he just got his Castle Age queued up. Yep, Castle Age is being queued up by blue now. Red is going for the aggression for all of these scouts. If blue needs to make sure that these scouts stay home, and now red is going to take time to peel off some infectious scouts to assault his opponent, which is a good idea, because right now, blue's just trying to stall out with his scouts, and since they are the same speed from each other, this would be a great way to stall out red. But the 4 scouts are advancing forward now. Red should have a villager advantage for our time being. But blue's Castle Age already started up and should be able to go ahead quite quickly thanks to his soon-to-be extra town centers. Red's getting some great hits there on the blue's scouts. And even now the spearman's pushing way forward as well. We do have a handful of houses right here. Red scouts are advancing forward, getting some great hits there. Blue has to play out defensive spearmen, but should get overwhelmed, but the spearman's getting some good hits there. And so far has not received any hits of his own. These scouts are giving red a wild goose chase, as these ones are falling on back. There are 6 scouts there, quite wounded. Got 5 scouts here, so it's like red should be a win out, but all depends how the damage gets spread out. More scouts being pulled off by red. He's now going for Castle Age now. Does have a slight villager advantage for the time being, but that will get loaded off quite quickly. Notice that these scouts has stopped and will be wiped out. Red now is going to advance with a whole bunch of scouts. What is blue's going to go for defense? He needs to pull out. He's getting some camels out, which will be handy, but initially camels do not have any armor. So we do have some scale mail armor. That's scale mail or chain mail. Wow, what am I thinking? Got a handful of camels deployed out by blue now. Red's also pushed forward, so some of the spearmen should do some great damage to these scouts. And now I believe red should be win out. He's in quite a critical mass there, and more force you have, even though his blue's force is more designed to counter. As long as he has just outnumbered, he can be quickly ripped apart. Red's gone to Castle Age now. Do we see light cavalry being researched? Yes, we do see light cavalry immediately being researched, which is a good idea since he's going to focus heavily on light cavalry and hussars and winged hussars and all of that sort. These camels and scouts are going to be falling on back. We got some research there, and there's a light cavalry upgrade as well. That should be a big boon for red. He does have a large number there, as well as a handful of pikemen now. Pikemen should be very handy indeed, which will prevent blue from engaging, and these light cavalry are going to be nipping on the heels of these camels. Red's getting some nice little force right there. He's probably getting out some extra town centers soon. Yeah, another town center on the build queue or on the field. They'll still be built. Blue has only gotten this one town center. Blue has not deployed on another town center, so he squandered his castle advantage and was unable to overcome his opponent's villager advantage. So blue made a critical mistake right there. I think he was going to get the kill before his opponent get to the castle age, but now he couldn't, and now his opponent's going to be skyrocketing ahead with villagers. Pikeman still charging on 4 as well, trying to get some good hits. Pikeman will do some great damage with his force. Cam's going to just go for a counterattack now. Red's going to just go for his opponent's base as well. Both sides going to be trading out, but red should have some good defense position. There's also a handful of pikemen here and there, not a whole lot. And reinforcements should be able to whittle down that force. These light cavalry are going to be charging for as well. Gets hits there on these reinforcing camels. Blue's charging on 4 as well. Gets hits there on these villagers. Luckily, red does have the extra town center. And blue does fall back right there. Red has lost a number of villagers there. He's currently has less villagers, but blue has finally got another town center deployed on out. Red's making a massive assault right here, able to break down some of these structures. Got a back line of stone walls being built as well. Let's throw a bunch of these villagers inside the town center once again. And over here, these forces are breaking out through the house line, trying to build some more and more stone walls. Let's see, red. Let's go to blue. He may be getting the pop cap red. Blue is population capped, so he needs to pull out some more houses, and he's going to lose more houses given enough time. So blue is going to be stalled out for quite a bit. Though red is also stalling out a bit as well, getting his villagers force him back over and over again. Blue needs to pull out some more houses. Does he have enough stone for a castle? No, 0 stone, far from it. Can't be any further in this game. Start pushing their way forward. Massive engagement here with the camels. Got some pikemen in the mix as well, so the pikemen should do some good work. The light cavalry will get ripped apart themselves. Looks like red's force. There's a lot of these camels are severely wounded. This force is going to get wiped out immediately. Here's a good hit there across the line. Camels receiving some extra bonus damage there, but red's force will be cleaned on up. That's not a good engagement for blue, that's for sure. Large number of these camels are wounded and needs to get a pure rage technology to get the health regen. Yep, it's in pure rage technology, so he won't be able to get that anytime soon. Red does have a good amount of defensive pikemen, and both sides are similar, same on villager count. Blue's going for another town center, very nice. We also got a monastery, not in the walls, but if he blows out a monk, he's queued up too. He can eventually claim some relics. Let's see, what relics does he see? He only sees that one. Ooh. Well, there's a safe one here, and a safe one over here, and he could potentially get easily 3 if he could potentially get all relics if he knew their locations. Red is starting to pull ahead in villager count. Blue has 3 town centers. Red currently has 3 as well. Let's get inside the town center right there, and the pikemen are advancing. We've got these forces advancing as well. Good arrows hits across those lines. We've got the pikemen trying to pursue these camels. And I got these reinforcements being picked off by red as well. These camels are going to be pursued by the pikemen. They're a good counter unit to these camels. And we've got some of these knights going on down. Light cavalry will of course be outclassed by these knights, but the knights are a bit wounded. And now the pikemen are trying to pursue these camels. He does have... Getting out these monks for healing is actually really good because a large number of them are just severely wounded. This side engages that force right there as well. Does lose 1 camel there, but now these pikemen are getting some great hits there. These camels need to fall back. They're going to get stabbed to death. They lose a number of camels in that engagement. And I do have a castle right here, not on top of the high ground, so it's not exactly the greatest spot, but it should be a decent spot nonetheless. Of course, now, allow them to go out some camel archers. Yep, and that's deploying out a pair of camel archers right now. We're going to make a transition to camel archers. This opponent can go out for cavalry archers. Let's see, looks like Blue's going for Imperial Age right now, while Red is not going for Imperial Age, going for a whole bunch of villagers. He should be able to pull ahead in villager count for the time being. This force still being repaired on up. We now got the halberdiers advancing forward. Not a whole lot of good units right there. But of course they should be very effective for these camels nonetheless. Camels do fall back, trying to get some health regen. Monks trying to go for a pair of converts, and maybe a good idea just to let them heal. So converting those couple halberdiers does solve his opponent a bit. And those camel archers inside the castle does net the castle an extra arrow as well. You got a outpost being deployed out right there.
Again.
And right now, Red's deploying a lot of halberdiers, which is a good counter unit, that's for sure. Let's see, what is Blue currently deploying out at the moment? He's almost at some pure age. He's getting his Bodkin arrow research. Can he get Bracer? Yes, he can get Bracer. Scouts, light cavalry advancing forward. Relic's been picked up by somebody. I think it's by Blue. Not by that, not that relic. This relic right here has been claimed by Blue, so Blue's going for the relics now. And he's throwing a lot of these guys inside in that castle. Does net him some extra health regen. You have now Blue has advanced to Imperial Age, and he's going for. Oh, he has Bracer, has some armor being researched as well. Going for conscription. And now the camels are engaged as well. Camel archers getting some good damage on in. They have 6 range, 7 damage, or 9 damage. And it's going for a house there to obstruct some movement. These halberdiers are going to pose a big threat for pikemen through those camels. Camel archers quick inside the castle, give it netted some more arrows. And now he's going for bullets as well. That's going to be very important indeed. Camel archers receive quite a bit of fire right there. They're not exactly the fastest things in the world. One of them do get picked off by the light cavalry. Now the camels are advancing forward. And knights as well. A lot of light cavalry here has red, yellow. Red has not gotten pure H just yet. He's going from pure H now. He's going to have a pretty sizable force here, that's for sure. Operators are starting engaging light cavalry. He's going to hit the flanks of these camels well. Some of the knights and camels are going on down. Good damage on the force now. Halberdiers and light cavalry are advancing forward, trying to get some good hits there on these camel archers. And the monk here is going to skip on out with a relic. Right now, there's currently 1 relic in favor of blue. Oh, has a lot of units queued on up. And now we've got crossbow research right now. He hasn't pulled any crossbows, getting thumb ring. He's going to get some thumb rings now and going for fletching. We can transition to archers. Maybe better just go for the cavalry archers, since they can be very resilient and has some pure age technology to go along with them, make them more resilient to more pierce armor. Camel archers have a range of 7, and that maybe the imperial elite camel archer upgrade probably put them at a range of 8 to match those cavalry archers' range. Red's going for a castle now. Castle will be built in time. And right now, red is at pop cap, so he could just start throwing these trash units at his opponent. Pikeman gets good hits there. Some of these guys didn't clean up as well. Or it's no more camel archers, that's for sure. Castle on the high ground, very nice. Some of these cows are being cleaned up as well. Oh, I just realized over here, speaking about lynching assault, we've got now the light cavalry advancing forward. Able to break through the palisade wall, no problem. And in the market's a bad idea, just throw these light cavalry over here. They're cheap, they're expendable. Also got some Hussar upgrade as well. And right now the villagers are getting hit quite significantly. Blue has not been maintaining his villager count while red has. So blue does have a great force of camel archers. And now we've got some trebuchets hitting now Red's castle. Red is not going to put any of his technologies yet. These light cavalry just streaming on in everywhere. Reduced down to 70 villagers and ever decreasing. Light cavalry not going to go for a bit of a suicide run onto these trebuchets. Looks like Blue is deploy out his own light cavalry as well. This castle does go down. That is his currently castle, so he can't get any more Imperial castle technology. Arbus not being deployed on out. And now the halberdiers advance forward, trying to get some hits on these camel archers. There'll be enough easy pickings for these camel archers. With blue, let's see if he's going for any upgrades at the moment. No, he's not. And he's very far behind on villager count as well. And he actually just needs more food income in general. Red has a lot of wood stored up. Both players have a small amount of gold, and both players are pretty low in food, but Red has better income for the food. Good hits kills others on the villagers, but he does have plenty of villagers to make to his opponent. And now wing over the Hussar upgrade has been researched as well. Summer camp now in siege. Let's pick out some of these villagers. got my phone rings, so sort of ignore that. Don't recognize the name. Don't know anybody from New York. Winged Hussars, or Hussars, are advancing forward, being pursued by the light cavalry. There's a large number of light cavalry and cavalry archers on pursuit. Overall, Blue's force seems like it's higher quality, but he doesn't really have the economy to really back up his replacements. Trebuchet's now advancing forward for Blue, trying to get some good shots there. Hitting the town center now. Hussars could advance forward as well. Red has not put down any more castles. Doesn't have enough stone for a castle. And the Hussars only have 4 pierce armor, and the camel archers do 11 damage. He hasn't got the elite camel archer upgrade either. Now so we've got the Hussars engaging the light cavalry. We did stop the gold mine there. And also the Hussars will be cleaned up by the light cavalry. Blue's charging on 4 as well, gets good damage on around everywhere. It's not looking good for Red. But now we've got some more Hussars now charging on his opponent's villager line. That's a lot of wood being gathered up. Blue has a bit of stockpile of resources right now. Now queuing up a bunch of light cavalry. And he's got now a handful of arbalists now in the region. They have 1 pierce armor and 40 health. They're going to get ripped apart by those camel archers. They do outrange the camel archers, however. And also these Hussars do get ripped apart themselves. Too many camel archers in this region. Trebuchets are not coming back deployed. And now we do have this very defensive castle over here. The Hussars need to hit these camel archers as well, but you can potentially micro them. Yeah, he's going to take time to micro them. Crossbowman's rolls and misses there. He may not have ballistics himself. Let's also start advancing forward, trying to get some shots, hits there on these villagers. Some of these archers now being cleaned up. He will breach this palisade wall, but there's so many camel archers right here. Light cavalry's advancing forward. A handful of arbalists here. He's getting more and more Hussars. Hussars, of course, cheaper since he's playing as Magyars. And maybe finally get out those Magyar Hussars. Looks like right now he's not going out any Magyar Hussars. They're just straight up better than regular Hussars. Of course, they cost a little bit more food. But of course, I think the extra pierce armor would come in handy. No, they have the same pierce armor, just extra health. As these Hussars may try to find a breach there. He has patched up this breach there with a house, but there's still this opening here. And Blue's claiming more and more gold on the map, which will net him a lot more camel archers. So he's low on gold. Red has some, not a whole lot. So these villagers are going to get hit again as well. Red does have lots of villagers in his opponent at the time being. Red needs to continue building his villagers, get them back up and going. But right now, he has leaving out the playing field as well. Villagers getting so many villagers kills as well. It's being also annoying, keeping Blue in space by just constantly attacking. Seeing him these trebuchets is very nice. More and more villagers. Blue's going down. That's a lot of villagers down. Let's make it. But still, I think Blue's still in a better position. He has a very, very good army. These Hussars are being pursued. Over here, we've got these Hussars engaging some of those light cavalry. No, he actually deployed out his own Hussars now. And the camel archers getting some great damage there on these Hussars. So the Blue's villagers being ripped apart once again. Blue has gone up to 76, or down to 76. Red's got his numbers back up to 102. Now got more of these Hussars are advancing forward as well. The cheaper Hussars just trying to overrun his opponent. Got trying to go for a sneaky wood line over here, trying to make sure he gets his wood and come to maintain his farms. Because he will need a lot of farms for all the food for all the Hussars. Horses got to eat as well, and he needs to make sure these Hussars do not advance any farther forward. Blue may have spotted that wood line now. He does spot the wood line. He should have let those guys die to avoid those being spotted. Yep, he does spot that as well. Sometimes it's better to let you guys die than retreat, because he would not have scouted over there unless he threw his guys back over there. He led a horse to water, and these times, these horses did drink. They drank in blood. We've got an outpost right here, right next to the farms. Great spotting there. Both sides lost a large number of villagers. Now the halberdiers advancing forward, and a handful of arbalists as well. He's getting more and more arbalists. And the Hussars are trying, or the halberdiers trying to close the distance. Looks like all of Blue's frontline forces get cleaned up, but we do got these villagers being pursued by more Hussars. Looks like these arbalists getting some decent damage right there. But these Hussars do have 6 pierce armor, while these arbalists do only have 10 attack. Not a whole lot of damage, just 4 damage per bolt, which is nice. But there's so many more camel archers deal as much damage, as well as dealing 11 damage, it's just 10. Though the arbalists do have extra range. The arbalists are able to plant themselves on the high ground, that could be quite useful. Now it looks like Blue's charging for his own Hussars and his opponent's villager line there. Red is down to 79 villagers now. The village count's been going crazy this entire game. But now the camel archers are sitting there firing. He does have a good number of them right there. He could actually hop inside the castle. What if he has murder holes? He does not have murder holes research. But Red does get overran right there. Another town center for not only for defense and villager production. Halberdiers can clean up there. Arbalist trying to engage, but the lower health of the Arbalist is going to net him defeat. Looks like Blue's going to go for mostly camel archers, but do have some more Hussars as well. As well as another wave of villagers. Both sides just need to constantly rebuild their villagers. Red needs to make sure his village count is high for all of his trash units. Been having trouble getting gold. Got a good number of outposts over here by Blue. We've got a blue castle being built out there as well. Definitely going to be a defensive castle. Camel archers are advancing forward. We've got the Hussars trying to charge them forward as well. And now we've got the elite camel archer upgrade being researched now. It does have a good number of Arvos here, but they of course are outclassed. With the elite camel archer upgrade, they'll get even more health. There you go, now they're up to 80 health now. They don't meet the range of the Arbalist, but still, the extra durability will come in handy as well. 2 pierce armor versus 4 or 5. Hussars just trying to hold the line. He needs more villagers. Both sides do, though Blue is actually quite healthy right now and has a lot of idle villagers, especially right there. Do have a trebuchet blown up by Red, trying to push forward with it. He still has his defensive castle right there. And Siege Engineers just been researched by... No, that was not Siege Engineers, that was actually Masonry by Blue. More trash units being spawned out by Red. And now we've got 2 trebuchets engaging forward as well. This trebuchet should stay alive, though we got the camel archers now engaging. Maybe focus on this trebuchet. Can sustain quite a bit of abuse right there. And the hussars and the halberdiers now advancing forward. Trebuchet is still alive. As long as he has above 0 health, he will, of course, maintain 100% damage output. Trebuchet is getting overran by these hussars. It looks like Red will be falling back, trying to keep his hussars alive. Though he is going to push forward to prepare more. These trebuchets pushing forward. He is going to be on the high ground, so he will get some extra damage right there. Blue still has a good defensive position right here. He can actually throw a whole bunch of camel archers right there to let the castle be firing a machine gun, basically. Now the hussars trying to engage the hussars. Got a good number of halberdiers for Red as well. And now the Arbus on the high ground does some extra damage there on those forces, ground forces there. There's a great position for Red. The more he pushes, the better the choke point for Blue. This house is absorbing a lot of shots right there. He may need to get rid of it quickly. The castle does go down thanks to the high ground trebuchets. Red may actually pull out this game with just sheer trash. Right now the villager count is definitely in favor of Blue. Red is not really good. He's still actually building just more villagers to replenish his numbers. He does need more of everything. He could buy for some more stone, but going for gold wouldn't hurt either. He needs to make sure this Argo stays alive. We've got a mix of high ground shots there as well. Now the camel archers are dropping in numbers, but he does have a good number over here. At around 39 camel archers. Notice some more there. By the way, he does try to bring in the choke point. The halberdiers won't last very long until the archer fired. And now the town center is under siege for Blue by Blue. Arbus engaging the camel archer right there with a high ground advantage. Oh, there's a mix of high ground and low ground damage to both sides. And now the hussars going to be closing in on those camel archers as well. Getting some great damage there as well. Just trying to bring them to the choke point there. Hussars just trying to maintain being tanky enough. Camel Archer's going to be backing off into a corner. This is going to be a good choke point for Blue. And it does actually hop inside the castle in order to get to the far side. He's garrisoning and getting out of the garrison as quickly as possible. Some Blue's hussars being cleaned on up. He's just trying to stall out his opponent for the time being. But it does get some good damage there onto these Arbalists. Blue's camels are advancing forward once again, trying to get some great damage there. Red's deploying out more and more trash. He has plenty of population room at the moment. He may need a bit more food. And looks like some of these camel archers are now being pushed on back. Red's making some great gains overall. Nice choke point right here by these camel archers, able to get these hussars picked off one at a time. But the problem is he needs more than picked off one at a time. Hussars are being put on the front line for Blue, trying to hold back his opponent with his own trash. His camel archers are now getting hit by these Arbalists as these light cavalry are just, or hussars, running around. Arbalists are getting some great damage on in, but are now throwing some rounds onto these houses. Camel archers have fallen back. He could perhaps throw these camels inside of the castle to fire at a really, really fast rate. It also keeps this guys quite alive. Let's fall back to the choke point. Let's hop inside the castle well, in the far side of the castle. Great maneuvers right there. Red's pushing on forward as well. The trebuchets could try to push forward, try to hit that castle. Both of them just hitting some various structures, nothing too significant. And this monster does go down, which does deny 4 relics of income. Red has currently no relic, and there's this relic not claimed by either player. All this combines constant fire against these Hussars of his opponent. The Camels and the Hussars have not been able to fight each other for at all in this entire game. We also got some various Hussars just streaming on his opponent's blue space. I think he may be just queuing up something, just being pestering them all so much. Let's get the university right there. Got some quick damage coming out forth. These relics do find some choke points for blue, which actually is quite important. Some of the relics Hussars not going around the flanks, but again hit first. Both sides are throwing more and more trash into this pile of trash. It's a dumpster. Both sides dumpstering a bunch of trash units right there. And now got the light Hussars pursuing some of the Hussars. Red is trying to regroup his forces. Blue has a good amount of resources stockpile up of wood and gold, wood and food. Doesn't have a whole lot of gold remaining. Red has a small amount of gold at the moment, so Blue could go for some pikemen or Hussars. Let's switch over to him and see what he can deploy out. Hussars are now charging forward, trying to hit the villagers once again. He can get pikemen research, he can't get halberdier research. Just there, does keep those Hussars, but got some various Hussars running around, but he does have defensive castle in this region. Ooh, Red, what happened? Red has 31 villagers? Holy crap, how did that happen? Guess those 1 and 2 Hussars that just streamed into his opponent's base was actually quite important. Red actually ran out of villagers. He's down to 30. Didn't realize that. So those 1 and 2 Hussars just streaming on in did enough damage to force Red out of the game. This is Anagram saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.